Well, good morning, kiddos. Welcome to Kids Church to Upper Room Kids Online. I first of all want to share with you about a little brief fundraiser we are doing for BGMC this week, and I hope you'll get involved with it. All right, how many of you know what this is? This is a Buddy Barrel, right? And he's kind of our mascot. You see his face on some of these things. Buddy Barrel is our mascot for BGMC, which is Boys and Girls Missionary Challenge. It's just like Speed the Light for the Teens. It's the way that we can raise money for missionaries around the world. Now, I've actually ordered about 24 of these. This is the only one we have right now. I've ordered 24 of these so that we can give some to you all, and you can start putting your coins in here, raising money for BGMC, okay? And this is also one of the ones we use for offering every once in a while, okay? But this BGMC fundraiser we're doing this week is really, really special, and I think it's going to work really awesome because you're at home, and you can still fundraise when you're at home. So what we're doing with this fundraiser is I want you to pick a nation. Now, I have labeled 6 nations. I believe they were Ecuador, Italy, Spain, the United Kingdom, Germany, and Belgium. You can pick from one of those 6. And I want you, first of all, to start by praying for that nation. Every one of those nations that I said has some confirmed coronavirus COVID-19 cases. And we also have Assemblies of God missionaries on the ground in those nations, meaning they're at risk, but they're also trying to spread the gospel in the midst of all this chaos. You know how chaotic it is over here. Everybody's got to stay home and all those kinds of things. It's worse in some of those places. It's really bad in Ecuador, and it's really bad in Italy right now, and maybe even worse in some of those other nations. So pray for that nation, pray for the missionaries there, and then I want you to learn something new about that nation. You might learn what their flag is, what one of their major foods is, or somebody famous that came from there, or a story about that place. Learn something new. And then I want you to look their flag up on the internet, and I want you to draw or paint or do some sort of artful picture of their flag. Or you can choose something about their culture, about that nation that represents them. Maybe it's a food that they really like, or maybe it's a person from their nation, or something like that, a product that they make. But draw a picture, paint a picture, something like that. Do some artwork with it. And then I want you and your parents to auction that off on Facebook. So that means that people will have a chance to comment how much they'll pay for it. And the student that sells theirs, that auctions theirs off for the most money, will get a BGMC prize, okay? Now, you can sell more than one piece of artwork, but you're only going to get the prize if one of your pieces of artwork gets the most out of everybody that sold artwork, okay? I know we've already got some folks that are involved. Adults, I encourage you to partake in this. Even if you don't get the prize, it'd be an awesome way to raise money while you are home alone. And it's just a great way to support BGMC and the missionaries we have around the world. So of the prizes, here are your potential prizes, okay? I've got them sitting out for you. We've got a little football that you can throw around. We can air this one up too. So there's a football. We've got a BGMC, I'm not sure, what do you call this?
Cup.
Well, it's not necessarily a cup, but you understand what I mean. It's you know what this is, and you're probably going to use it. It's a bottle of sorts. Another kind of ball that you can get. A stadium cup, so if you want to drink out of this one while you're, maybe at home or take this with you different places, this is an awesome cup to have. I'm going to try and get it situated here so it looks all nice. I have a BGMC umbrella. I'm not really going to open it up in here, but you'll see for yourself. It's yellow and black. It's got a picture of the world, I think, and maybe Buddy Barrel on it. It's so there's that. Yes, BGMC chapstick. Now, I don't know how many of you would be interested in this, but we have 5 things of BGMC chapstick. And if you need chapstick, I guess that'd be a great prize. I might give that to an adult that engages in it. We got a BGMC keychain, and then the last thing is I got a BGMC fidget spinner. Limited edition of these, so if you pick this one, you'll be getting one of the few that we have. But anyway, that's the prizes. I just want to encourage you to engage in this fundraiser. You would have until this upcoming Friday, April the 10th, to auction it off. That'll be your last day, and you have your parents keep in contact with me, or if you as an adult are doing it, keep in contact with me about how much money you're raising by selling these pictures. And so I'm just super excited about what God's going to do through this fundraiser, because this is an awesome way to spread it, to give money while we're at home. So anyway, thank you all for participating in this. I hope that more and more of you will participate in it than what I've seen so far. I'm hoping that some of you will step up and say, hey, I'd like to do that. And you have the potential to win a prize. We're going to go ahead and transition to the next part of our children's service. I want to let you know today that our memory verse for today is James 1:22. It says, but be doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving yourselves. Once again, that's James 1:22. But be doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving yourselves. Do you know what I have in this bag right here? I mean, you probably don't because you can't see it, but you may have seen this bag if you've ever been in my office before. And yeah, I actually have some seed in this bag. Some seed. What do we know about seed? Well, we know a few things about seed. Seeds are used to make things grow. Some seed produces trees, other produces vegetables, other makes some kinds of plants. Regardless of what kind of seed it is, it will need the right ingredients to help it grow. This includes good soil in the ground. Now, Jesus told the story in the Bible about a man that sowed some seed. Here's what he had to say. In Matthew 13, Jesus told them many things in parables, saying, a sower went out to sow, and as he sowed, some seed fell along the path, and the birds came and devoured them. Other seed fell on rocky ground, where they did not have much soil, and immediately they sprang up, since they had no depth of soil. But when the sun rose, they were scorched, and since they had no root, they withered away. Other seed fell among thorns, and the thorns grew up and choked them. Other seeds fell on good soil and produced grain, some 100-fold, some 60, some 30. He who has ears, let him hear. A lot of times Jesus left these stories, which we call parables, for us to figure out for ourselves. But in this case, Jesus actually explains what he meant in this parable. Here's what he said about it. Later on in Matthew 13, he said, hear then the parable of the sower. When anyone hears the word of the kingdom and does not understand it, the evil one comes and snatches away what has been sown in his heart. This is what was sown along the path. You remember the seed that fell along the path? That's what Jesus is talking about. As for what was sown on rocky ground, this is the one who hears the word and immediately receives it with joy. Yet he has no root in himself, but he endures for a while, and then tribulation and persecution arises on account of the word. Immediately he falls away. As for what was sown among thorns, this is the one who hears the word, but the cares of the world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and it proves unfruitful. As for what was sown on good soil, this is the one who hears the word and understands it. He indeed bears fruit and yields, in one case 100-fold, in another 60, in another 30. So Jesus talks about 4 different kinds of people when they hear the word of God. The first seed fell along the path where there wasn't any soil. And just like that, there's people that cannot grow, and they can't let the word of God into their hearts. Just like that seed wasn't able to enter the ground, wasn't able to spring up, and it had no soil. There are people who don't let the word of God in their hearts. It doesn't make its way inside of them. They may hear it, but they don't understand it, and that's as far as they get. They don't seek any further understanding of who God is or what he can do in their life. And it says the enemy's to blame for that a lot of times. And then there's seed that fell on rocky ground that has no root in the ground. And there are some believers that don't have any root in God. And so when times get tough, they give up. You ever knew somebody that gave up, or have you ever given up when things got tough? There are Christians out there are people that believed in God at first, but the second that things got tough, they quit trying to live for him because they had no root in him and they had no real faith in him. And we don't want to be those kinds of Christians. Just like the seed that fell among the thorns, there are some people whose love for the Lord gets choked by caring about too many things that don't matter. See, some of us care about some things in this life that aren't going to last us. Jesus says, store up your treasures in heaven, for your treasure is there, your heart will be also. And he was meaning that, look, there's a lot of things on this earth that aren't going to be in heaven. And sometimes we're too caught up in the things that we do while we're still here on earth that we miss out on the things God has for us that are eternal and are everlasting. And see, sometimes as Christians, we love God, one could say, but then we choose to love other things more. We choose to engage in some things that maybe are not the best for us. And it's kind of like we get kind of choked. Our love for the Lord, our faith in God gets kind of choked, just like the thorns kind of choke the seed and won't let it grow beyond a certain point. The plant that comes up can't grow to its full potential because it's being choked. That's what it's like when we choose other things over God, when we make idols out of things that we love and don't put God first in everything. But the final seed fell among the thorns. And just like the seed, I'm sorry, not the thorns. The final seed fell among the soil. Good soil. And just like the seed that falls on good soil, true believers multiply and they share the word with others. Did you know that? If we really believe the word of God, we're going to share that word with others. Because when a seed grows and it becomes a tree, right, there's certain things that fall off of the tree that become seeds themselves, and other trees can grow. And so just like that, we've got to be able to multiply and reproduce, not our personal selves, but Christians, reproduce believers in God, people that believe in Jesus. To make that happen, we've got to do those things. So I encourage you. Yes, there are 4 different kinds of people in the world when they hear the word of God. Which one are you going to be? Are you going to be the one that doesn't even understand the word of God and can't go any further? Are you going to be the one that has no root and so can't even grow and when times get tough gives up? Nobody wants to be that person. Are you going to be the person that falls among the thorns and gets kind of choked by loving other things more than they love God? Or are you going to be the Christian that multiplies, that loves the Lord so deeply and grows to full potential and helps others grow to their full potential too? You have a choice. What you do with the Word of God. And I hope that all of you would choose to be the last one. Let me pray for you real quick. God, I just want to thank you for this opportunity to be in your house, even if it's online, God, to be with your people, to be together, Lord. I'm trusting and believing you, God. You're going to do something in the hearts of our kiddos as they're at home, Lord, that they'll take these opportunities upon themselves to be the best of the best that they can be for you, God, that they'd get in your word, they'd pray, they'd worship you, Lord, and just that they would be those kind of Christians that multiply and that help other Christians grow their full potential and help lead other people to Christ. May they be those kids. And I believe this in the awesome, mighty, powerful name of Jesus. Amen.